Hey. So desa-kala-patra. This means place, time, context. It's a Balinese concept. It's about putting human activity into the world and nature and of interacting with forces greater than ourselves. In a connected learning frame, I think of desa-kala-patra as about responsiveness and also connections to community. In this, I think it underscores the way that place, time, and context affect any performance, including learning. In 2010, I had a chance to go to Bali to study puppetry. I was there, I brought a student's excitement, but as an educator, I also had a teacher's curiosity about what our teachers would emphasize or not during our time with them. In the book Voices from Bali, music teacher Tempe Pasik talks about teaching as you learn and the importance of externalizing your knowledge to share and learn as you teach. He talks about in Bali that it's not about learning this song or that particular dance, but instead on learning the strange and subtle aspects of practice, and really how art lives. This idea that art lives was very present for me during my time there. Everyone I met was engaged in some sort of artistic practice, and I was there to study puppetry, but I was introduced to a wide range of art forms that were fundamentally interconnected. My teachers were puppeteers, or Dalang, but they were makers, dancers, singers, poets, gamelan players, mass performers, and they could be any of these things at any time when the place context was right and they were needed. So this idea of being responsive to community needs as an artist, for me, was about a shared purpose in the arts there. And I also felt like I saw elements of a connected learning ecosystem. I was then really excited, kind of geeked out, then to find the writing of Sedana. He's a Balinese scholar and Dalang, and he writes about how he learns. He studied Petalangan. This is the study of that a puppeteer must master. So he compares Petalangan study in a traditional community-based setting with study of Petalangan at the university, where he now teaches. In a traditional study, he talks about how the young Dalang must first fall in love with the puppets and approach puppetry as entertainment and play. From there, the young learner starts to learn the practical aspects of the art and really grapple more with its underlying meaning. The learner learns by doing and also in context, and the learner is responsible for their own learning. They're encouraged to ask questions and then develop their practice through these questions. The teacher is a mentor and a resource. The ultimate goal is to perform then from an understanding of literature and philosophical study and connect that to the realities of the audience's life. Doing the performance in its place, time, and context will make the difference, Sedana tells us. In formal study, however, theory and practice are more isolated from each other. So theory is taught through lectures and readings. Practice is more talked about, written about, and thought about. Also, in the university setting, things are more secular, less connected to community, but learners get to study with a range of Dalangs. They learn tons of different techniques and styles. This was not possible in a traditional setting. At the university, too, Petalangan study is open to more of a diversity of learners. This includes women as well as men of unconnected families. And innovations can really thrive quickly in this environment. However, Sedana talks about how when we move from traditional practice, instruction and curriculum get more separated from place, time, and context. In this way, the onus of learning shifts from being focused on the learner and becomes more focused on the teacher. So in a striving to rebalance learner agency and also connections to community, Sedana encourages artists to document as they work the underlying philosophy and concepts of their work. We focus on this too at the National Writing Project. At the National Writing Project, we teach as we learn, and we learn as we teach, and we're very focused on bringing practice and theory together to share the underlying concepts of our work. This is how we stay responsive, how we get to the to the strange and subtle aspects of our practice that connect all learning to its particular place, time, and context.